everybody. This is Madden 17 on EA Sports.
1992, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome, just on the outskirts of downtown Atlanta. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas Rawls.
And they really love what they got out of him last year because an undrafted player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Third and long, it's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
He's going to take another shot here. And he's unable to grab it.
Michael Bennett's one of the best pass.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete as well. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And last time out, they had to punt the football. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
You know, Charles, for Graham, so much concern early in the season about whether he'd be ready to play this year, what would happen recovering from the tendon. Not only was he ready, he played every game this season for Seattle.
And it wasn't just the injury concern with Jimmy Graham. It's how Seattle runs their offense. Remember, when he was in New Orleans, he could expect a ton of passes to come his way. But in Seattle, that number was going to be reduced. Would he be able to maximize?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught inside the 5. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Hauschka to send this one away following the score. And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds. Now Ryan on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 46 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. To throw for it is Ryan. And this is going to be hauled in. So they get the two-point conversion. And now they have an 8-6 lead. Well, not content with a first-quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. First quarter, not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done. Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They have more guys there than they could block.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here's a look at the young Atlanta Falcons, although next year, obviously, everyone will be a year older. So rookies like Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, Devondre Campbell, an extra year, well, their only year, but a year under their belt now to get better.
They're just young and growing, aren't they?
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They come up in an offset eye. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Here's Ryan. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
On the screen, this is Coleman. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. On first down, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about it.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Shift together here from the D-line. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. And
he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Grady Jarrett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Earlier, partner, when discussing Russell Wilson, you said you think he's best when Seattle is running back-centric. Is Thomas Rawls the centerpiece going forward there?
I think so because of what he did 2 seasons ago before he got hurt. Because he runs that offense the way they want to run. One cut, downhill, get upfield, and Thomas Rawls is perfect for that. If he stays healthy. Defensively.
And Rawls has youth on his side, just 23. And what they're challenging here is the spot of the ball, and this is probably the hardest challenge to win.
So difficult because the speed of the game, the angles of the cameras, your angle from the sideline watching the play can often fool you into thinking that the ball should be placed in a different spot.
Here's John Ryan now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at its 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Bannon in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So the flag is for the very rare illegal forward pass penalty.
Not often that a quarterback forgets where the line of scrimmage is. They have an innate sense about it. On this play, the quarterback did.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. In motion comes the tight end left. Here's Ryan. He's going to let it go again. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. On second down, here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that takes us from second to third down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Now it's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. Give him 6 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
On second down, Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And Freeman lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. In the red zone this time.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now Ryan on first down. And this is caught at the 8. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on fourth. They're going on fourth down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 5 yards on the pickup, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And this is incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Offense still needing 10 yards, second down. They come up in an offset eye. Now Ryan. He's going to sling this deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, 42 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. Ward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Graham's got it over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Second down now after the pass completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
You know, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows the blitzers to get there.
Now Wilson. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
From the red zone, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that ball and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity. Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll give the Falcons a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
They come out here in the eye. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And it is incomplete. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And a great spot to start this drive from here. First down, this is Rawls. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second down following the run.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. Wilson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Looking for the end. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And they went big on first down proves unfruitful.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion. On third down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to